What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. With that being said, I want to speak on a post I just came across, and this post is about Michael Jordan, his thoughts on a 3-point shot, right? And so what it says right here is Michael Jordan anti 3-point shooting advice comes to fruition 30 years later. And years ago, as you know, as evident by this post, Michael Jordan just made it clear that he was not, he was not for the 3-point shot. And so it says, Mike says, my 3-point shooting is something that I don't want to excel at because it takes away from all phases of my game, Jordan said. My game is a fake drive to the hole, penetrate, dish off, dunk, or whatever. Uh, when you have that mentality, as I have found out, the the first game of making threes, you don't want to go to the hole as much, right? And so that's and that says it all right there. I remember back in the days when people, anytime somebody shot a three or they just kept on shooting the long shots or jumpers, people used to say, "Why are you settling for the 3 point? Or why are you settling for jumpers? Take it to them." That used to be the thing. Now, nowadays when people run their offense, they want it, they're running it to get the open 3-pointer. And so I think that's part of the issue with why the NBA is not as competitive as it used to be in the day. When you're constantly going to the rim, or you're trying to work the ball around so you can get a good mid-range shot or open jumper, besides the 3-pointer, then you're challenging the defense. But when you have games where you have people putting up shooting 75 threes in one game, it's just crazy. And so, people, they have known all along for years. If Michael Jordan said this, over 30 years ago, then they have known all along that what would happen. Everybody knew all along what would happen if you just took too many 3-pointers. You take a lot of the aggressiveness away from the basketball games, and you have people, guys who should not even be shooting the 3-pointers. You got the centers, power forwards, or really you don't have any more power forwards in the league, and I guess they calling them stretch forwards. But you never see, like, I could never imagine like Alonzo Mourning shooting a 3-pointer, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar shooting 3-pointers. It just wasn't something that happened back in the days. Everybody was trying to get the ball to the low post to get a high percentage shot. Um, Even when you had the guy who came from Russia, what was the guy named, played for the Portland? Sabonis, right? You even him, when he caught the ball in the low post, he usually looked for somebody else going back door, like cutting to the basket. He used to make like the over the back passes or the bounce pass to somebody flashing through the lane going to the rim. But nowadays everybody is a jump shooter, everybody is a 3-point shooter, and that's part of the issue. I think the 3-point shot is part of the issue with just making people not as aggressive. And even the guards, even guards which try to penetrate. And if you was the kind of guard who could create your own shot, that was good, because then you would draw the defense to you, and then you would dish it off to the open man, on either one of those on the left block or the right block. But nowadays, it don't work like that. But Michael Jordan said it, over 30 years ago, that it took away from his aggressiveness. And I think that I think that they don't want that aggressiveness in the game, and so that was a calculated move to take it out, to take that aggressiveness away from the game. I think that they're gonna, because fans are not happy with the way that the game look now. It don't look as competitive. There's no strategy. Even Kobe Bryant said, that the game was like, was no strategy to it. It just didn't look like it had any strategy to the game. So I'm not sure what they can do, or what they, because what do you do with the 3-point shot? I mean, it's here now. Can you take the 3-point shot away from those guys? Um, I don't think so. I think that what you can do is maybe you can, like, uh I don't know. I don't know what you can do with the threes. So maybe you can just make it so, like, the 3-point shot, you shoot the 3-point shot like the last 2 minutes of the game. It's only worth three. It'll be worth, like, the last 2 minutes of each quarter is worth 3 points, right? And so that way, for the bulk of the game, people will be able, everybody will be trying to challenge for baskets instead of settling for 3 pointers. And if you fall behind, then you can use those last couple minutes of each quarter to try to catch up then. But yeah, I mean, even now, if you fall behind in a game now, 20 points, it's not uncommon to see a team fall behind 20 points and catch up and still win the game by like 10 or 20 points. That's just, that's unheard of. That's a 40 point, 30 to 40 point turnaround. I remember back in the day, like, if a team during a championship series was getting blown out by like 25, 30 points, they just basically packed it up and got ready for the next game. They just, they got ready for the next game because they knew that to come back from that type of deficit and that situation was almost, it's almost unheard of, but not today. And it was same, like I said, like, ball players, owners, and management knew that everybody, older people from the older generation knew what the 3-point shot eventually would do to the basketball game. So all of this is not on the players. It's not on the players. Um, I think the players are going to take the brunt of the blame, though, and that is their fault, because people always speak about certain players, the ones who lead the league, like they know the game, they know the history of the game, they studied the game and stuff like that. But I see them making some mistakes in this generation that past generations would never make, and they don't follow the lead. Anything that worked in the past, they don't want to do that no more. They just want to take an easier route when it comes to, when it comes to playing basketball these days. And so maybe these guys who are playing basketball now are not as knowledgeable about the game as they think they are. They don't know the history like they like they say they know the history, because these guys are making obvious mistakes. The game right now is not in a good place. And part of the reason why, and part of the blame should go to the owners, and part of the blame is should go to the players. And so nobody here is, nobody has clean hands when it comes to this situation, as far as, you know who the blame should fall on. But yeah, I'm not sure what they can do to correct the situation, because a lot of, or maybe they don't want to correct the situation. Maybe, a lot of people are not watching basketball, especially NBA basketball, like they used to. And so that's my take on the situation. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment. And with that being said, I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.